Good evening, everyone, and welcome to class number 4 of Decoding the Siddur. We are going to start, as I said a moment ago, with a review of some of the things that we've been looking at thus far, open syllables, closed syllables, and then tonight we are going to put them together. And I'm going to introduce you to some additional concepts. We talked about the Schwa and how sometimes it's pronounced and sometimes it's not. And we're, excuse me, we're going to learn tonight what those different situations are when it's pronounced and how to recognize it and go over some examples. So we have a lot to do tonight. So as I said, again, we're not going to delve into the Siddur too much tonight because I think the Hebrew is going to take up most of our time. So without further ado, I'm going to get the screen share going. All right, so we're going to start with a review of open syllables. Can everybody see what's on my screen right now?
Yes.
All right. So as we said, an open syllable is a consonant followed by a vowel sound. So let's take a look at a few. Should work. There we go. What's this? Ah, yes. How about this?
No.
Ah.
No.
Nah.
Nay, right, nay. Okay, so those are a few. Now, 2-syllable words with just open syllables we also looked at, so let's take a quick review of those. What are the 2 syllables here?
Come out.
Ki and mo, just mo, exactly.
Mo.
Okay. Okay, this one is what?
Let's say.
Ritse, excellent. And this one?
No.
Bino. Okay, so far, these are just, those are open syllable words. We also talked about the Dagesh, remember? We said some, but not all letters can have a dot in the middle. In most cases, that dot will not change the pronunciation of the letter. So a few examples of that is the ol, or the lamed. This still sounds like ol. It doesn't change anything just because the dot is there. We're going to, tonight, what does change because of that dot? So wait for it. It's coming soon. Okay, but the sound of the letter itself does not change. It's just ol. Here we have what sound? Right. I heard a su and a s. It's really just s because there's no vowel here. So again, try to stick to the pure sounds wherever possible.
Blurry.
Okay.
It's all
Okay.
blurry.
And this one is what?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Dagesh when it doesn't change the sound of the letter. Here's one more.
Yeah.
Ah, exactly. Okay, and we had this one, we also looked at this one because we said it was tricky. With the dot in it, this still can sound like v. This vav can still sound like v as long as it has another vowel. If that dot is the only thing it has, then it's a vowel. Or it could also be vu. But in this case, as long as the vav has its own vowel underneath it, you know that it's still v. So this is v, va, va, and ve. Okay? And this is what?
Ooh.
I heard somebody say vu, that's correct.
Yes.
Vu. The dot in the first letter is simply a dagesh, and the dot in the second letter is the symbol for, with the vav, of an oo sound. So it's, the first sound is v, and the second sound is oo, together it's vu. Is that clear to everybody? Okay,
Won't remember it, but it's okay.
that's all right. And this one is what?
Ooh.
Boo, exactly. And this one is
Oh.
Oh.
vo, exactly, vo. And this one is what?
Oh.
Bo, right. And this one is
Oh.
Oh.
bo, exactly. Okay, so here are the three letters. Is there a gray box covering up one of these letters or a couple of gray boxes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
There's
No.
one.
Not now. It's
Not now.
hold on, let me go back. Okay, so these three letters have, when they have a dot in them, they change their sound. So this one here where the blue dot is becomes b,
Uh,
this becomes ch,
uh,
and this becomes
uh,
b. Okay,
uh.
see, and here it is again. Okay, we're just going through these very, very quickly because we want to get to the new stuff. Okay. Okay, so the closed syllables we also did. Consonant followed by a vowel, consonant followed by a consonant. And I want to just say before we go on, the review tonight is very extensive because we're going to be using every single piece of this. Okay, so I want to make sure that we remind ourselves of it before we dive into the new material. So again, the closed syllables is a consonant followed by a vowel followed by a consonant. Okay, some and then did I take, oh, the examples I put in Brainscape? Not gonna do that. We know what those are. I'm not gonna do that. Let me go back to my how do I get back to it? 1 second.
Hit the back button. The back arrow at the top.
Oh, wait. There's no back arrow at the top.
You don't have a back arrow?
Nope.
You've
It's
got
not
back
part of
forward
the,
and-
Yeah, there is over here.
I see
Second
it.
line over on the left side.
all right, we're back.
Okay.
Okay, so closed syllables, consonant followed by a vowel followed by a consonant. We'll see some in a minute, so don't worry about that. Okay, we looked at sophiot, the letters, certain letters that have final forms that look different when they appear at the end of a word, right? So this the mem becomes kind of like a square little thing. It's kind of squared off at the bottom, but it still sounds like okay. We've got the nun, the sound, and when it's at the end of the word, it kind of loses this the bottom basement here, and it kind of goes through the baseline of the letters.
Right.
So it sticks down below the level of the rest of the letters. Okay, same sound though. Here, if you would pronounce this on the right as na, you would pronounce this on the left as na. Okay. Here we have s as a tani,
okay.
and then in its final form, again, its stem sticks down below the baseline of the letter. And finally, we have, not finally, but we have the f. And when it's in its final form, again, it becomes elongated and sticks down below the level of the letters. And now finally, we have the ch. When it sticks down below the letters. And notice that if you've got the two dots, the schwa in there, the schwa will move up into the middle of it. Now, this is the only letter in the Hebrew alphabet that can take a schwa at the end of a word. You'll never ever see a schwa under any other final letter. This is the only one.
Interesting.
Why that is, I do not know. but it is the only one. Now, the ch, but it can take other vowels, remember? So it can take the schwa right here, and it's just, it's not ch, it's just, it's a closing a syllable. So it's the schwa is silent. Here it has the ah in it. So this is what? Cha, exactly. And here it's got the dot in it. And we know that the dot makes it sound like k. So this has to be what?
Ka.
Ka, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Now we also looked at mixed syllable word. Or actually, I think this is the beginning of the new stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at mixed syllable words. Most words contain some combination of open and closed syllables. And now that you know which is which, we are going to learn how to recognize and decode them. Okay, so let's take a look at this word here. First of all, I want to know how many syllables this is.
Three.
Okay. Pete's saying 3. Who do I have any other guesses?
3.
2. Sarah's saying 2. Who else says 2?
2. No.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
right.
All right, Pete, are you changing your vote?
Yes, I am.
That's illegal, you know, you can't do that in America. All right, so are we going with 2? Are we feeling good about 2?
2.
Yes.
Okay. That is correct. Now,
How do
What
you know
kind of-
it's 2?
sorry?
How do you know it's 2 syllables?
Because we are about to determine what kinds of syllables these are. So first, let's take a look. Let's answer that question. So we have this oo at the beginning, and oo is the only vowel that can appear at the beginning of the word. But it can't appear by itself without being part of a syllable. So it has to have a consonant, and the consonant is right here. It's the lamed. So this first syllable is one syllable, and then the second syllable starts with a consonant, has a vowel, and then a consonant. There's no other way to pronounce this word other than as 2 syllables.
Okay.
So now let's decide what kind of syllables these are.
Ooh.
Did we lose him?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
So let's look at this first syllable. Now this first syllable is a little bit unusual because it doesn't start with a consonant, but it still follows the rest of the pattern. And which pattern is that?
I know.
The
Does
up
it-
and down, up and down.
Well, does it end? Let me ask the question a different way. Does it end with a consonant sound or a vowel sound?
Consonant.
Consonant.
Consonant. So if it ends with a consonant,
Consonant.
what must it be?
Closed.
Closed, correct. All right, so this is closed. Now this one here, does it end with a consonant sound or a vowel sound?
Consonant.
Consonant.
Consonant. So this must be what?
Closed.
Closed. That's right, they're both closed. Okay, everybody clear on that?
Yeah.
Okay, if anybody's not clear, please speak up. We have time.
How do you pronounce the word? Oh, how do you?
All right, so what a great point, Carla. Let's pronounce this word. All right, so how do we pronounce? Let's take each syllable by itself. First syllable is
All.
ool, right? Second syllable, somebody besides Barbara?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Cool.
Ool om. Pete, you got it. That's right. Ool om.
Oh.
Ool om. Okay.
Mike, why do we care whether it's opened or closed?
Because once the words start getting longer, you're going to need to know how to parse these words in order to be able to pronounce them. And we'll see that we'll see that a little bit later. Okay, let's go on to another one. Okay, so how many syllables is this word?
2.
Carla says 2. Who else? Anybody else?
Yeah,
2?
3.
Oh, 3. So I hear 3. Who said 3?
Me,
Who's me?
Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. What are the 3 syllables?
Oogadi.
Okay, so you're saying that the oo is a syllable all by itself.
I am.
Okay,
But Mike
All
just
right.
told us it doesn't exist as a symbol, as a syllable by itself when it comes at the beginning of a word.
I did indeed say that.
So it can't be a syllable by itself then.
But the Gimel has 2 dots underneath it, and that's where
But
I,
then- But the
Ah,
it also had 2 dots underneath it.
yeah, see, it's the same structure as this word here.
okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go with 2 syllables. Is that clear, Barbara?
Yeah,
Okay, all right, so now let's identify what kind of syllables these are. Does this syllable end with a consonant sound or a vowel sound?
Consonant.
Consonant.
Consonant, so therefore it must be a what syllable?
Closed.
Closed. And does this syllable end with a consonant sound or a vowel sound?
vowel.
Vowel.
Vowel, and therefore it must be
Open.
Open.
exactly. Now let's pronounce each syllable separately and then put it together.
Oog.
Oog.
Oog,
D.
D, right, and together,
Oog.
oog D. Excellent, excellent. Everybody clear on that?
Yes.
Great. Okay, next one. It's a little longer word. Let's take a look. How many syllables?
3.
Carla says 3. Who else?
3.
I'm hearing a bunch of 3s. Anybody have any other opinion besides 3?
It's 3.
Okay, that is correct. I've already heard people pronouncing the word, which is great. But before we do that, I want to identify what kinds of syllables these are. First syllable ends with a vowel sound or a consonant sound?
Vowel. Ow.
Vowel, so this is what?
Open.
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 Second syllable, open or closed?
Open.
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 Third syllable, open or closed?
Oh,
Sorry?
Open.
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 Open. Ends with a vowel sound. Even though hey is a consonant, it still ends with a vowel sound, so it's open. So this is all open. Okay? Let's look at this one.
No, go back and pronounce that word.
Oh, sorry. I thought we already did it. Some people already jumped in. So let's pronounce it.
Havila.
Vila.
Tavila. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, let's do another one. How many syllables?
2.
Okay, anybody have any other opinions besides 2? No? Okay, that's correct. First syllable, open or closed?
Open.
Open.
Second syllable, open or closed?
Closed.
Closed, okay, correct. Now how do we pronounce the word?
Adon.
Dawn.
Adon, excellent, 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 excellent. Okay, let's do one more. I think this is the last one, I'm not sure. How many syllables?
3.
3. Any other opinions? Okay, 3 is correct. First syllable, open or closed?
Open.
Open. Second syllable,
Open.
Open.
open. Third syllable,
Close.
closed. Exactly. Okay, how do we say this word?
Agudal.
Agudal.
Agudal. Agudal, that's right.
Agudal.
Okay,
It's okay.
all right, great. Everybody with us? Everybody with me?
I'm even with you.
All right, all right.
I
Okay.
photographed it on my phone.
Okay, so now here's something a little bit different. Don't be confused by the different shapes of the letters because I just copied this off the web instead of taking a picture of it.
Right.
How many syllables here?
Three.
Three.
Any other opinions? Nope.
Three.
Three. Okay, that's correct. It is 3 syllables. Okay, first syllable, open or close.
Closed.
Second syllable, open or close.
Open.
Open. Third syllable, open or close.
Well,
Closed.
Correct. It's a closed, open, closed.
So how do you know that the syllable comes after the fe and not after the nun?
Because the fe doesn't have a dagesh in it. You're going to see in a minute exactly why that is, but we're not quite there yet. If we were in person, I would have had you writing the syllable divisions yourself. But unfortunately, because, you know, I guess I could have asked you where they are. That probably would have been smarter. We still have a couple more words to go though, so we'll do it that way from now on. So thank you, Carla, for pointing that out.
Yeah, I'm very confused as to where to stick those syllable divisions.
All right, so we'll get that this time, this next time. But look at the third syllable. Let's look at that for a second. So you've got this aleph here, this silent letter
Right.
that must have a vowel.
right. Oh,
Oh,
So you know that this is the beginning of a syllable. It has to be the beginning of it.
Cheating. Okay.
out.
So I'm going to go backwards. So this lamed here,
Yeah.
lamed has its own vowel.
yeah.
Got to be its own syllable.
Right.
The only question mark here is this fe.
Correct.
Okay. Now it could be the only way it could be a syllable would be if this schwa was pronounced. But I haven't told you any reason to pronounce a schwa yet. So unless you know a reason why the schwa should be pronounced, you must assume that it is silent. And if it is silent in the middle of a word, it's going to close a syllable.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Tonight is going to, I'm serious. It's coming in a few minutes. We're going to start seeing all the different reasons why a schwa might be pronounced. But if you don't see one of those reasons, you just assume it is silent. Okay. So this is nif la.
Out.
Okay. The next slide, you're going to be familiar with these words. Does anybody recognize these?
Yeah.
Iskadal.
Yep. Okay, so let's
Eat kadal, eat kadash.
eat gadal v'eat kadash. All right, so we're going to put this through our little syllabification exercise. So let's take a look at the first word. How many syllables is the first word?
Two.
Three.
3. Okay, and any other opinions?
No.
No. Okay. Where are the syllable divisions? Carla, thank you for making me think that way. Where are the syllable divisions?
Between the tough and the gimel, and
Yeah,
between the gimel and the daled.
exactly. Okay. Now, what kinds of syllables are those?
Closed, open, closed.
Closed.
Okay, anybody disagree?
No, it's good.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at the second word and let's have Carla, since you took the lead on the first one, let's let somebody else take the lead on the second one. How many syllables are in this second word?
Four.
Four.
4.
Do we have any other opinions? 4, that is correct.
4.
Okay, Larry, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay,
I said
Larry,
4.
tell me where to put the syllable divisions.
All right, the first one's after the vav.
Right,
The second one's after the tough.
right,
Then, what is that? Is that a
that's
tough?
cuff, yeah,
Then,
Gosh.
and then
Right.
dash, the
right.
last one.
Okay, that's very, very good. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Evelyn. Let's go through and decide which are open and which are closed.
Okay, so the first is open because it's by, second is closed,
Correct?
third is open, and fourth is closed.
Correct. Very good. Very good. So I put all this in. I didn't have a room here to put open the right way, so I turned it on its side. That is exactly right. That is exactly right. And again, like yeet, by the way, is a very, very common syllable. I mean, there are a lot of syllables that are very common, but you'll see yeet a lot. We're not getting into grammar here in this class, but it's a very common grammatical form. Okay, so now this is where the rubber hits the road. Okay, there are 5 rules that we are going to spend the rest of our time discussing. This is how you know when a schwa is pronounced and when it's supposed to be silent. Okay, when it's silent, it's called schwa nach. You don't have to remember that, but if you remember that nach is like the word noach, which means resting, like mincha, it's all comes from the same word. It just means to rest. So a resting schwa is simply one that has no sound. Schwa na is a moving schwa. And it's pronounced like or I or something like that. It goes by so fast that in pronunciation, normal speed, you'd never know the difference if it was or I. So we're not going to worry about that. Either way is fine. But let's take a look at how it sounds when it's just So you've got somebody do the first one. Anne, can you do the first one?
Wait a second, that's k.
The p.
No, sorry, p.
Right? All right,
Okay.
so Alan, you had your turn too just now. That's great. Who else is here with us tonight? Pete, what's the middle one? Meh, exactly. Who else do we have here? I don't know. I know I'm missing somebody. Barbara.
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, very good. All right. Now this is actually 5 rules. I forgot one when I wrote this slide and I didn't go back to correct it. First rule of schwa na. Schwa is always pronounced when it appears under the first letter of a word. We've seen that numerous times already in this session. Here's one on the second word, v'yit kadash. What else do we have? I want to show you the ones we've already seen before we go to new ones. Come on. Okay. Here's one. Beno.
No.
Beno. Okay.
Re-sa.
Ritse.
Stay.
Ritse.
Come.
Oh.
Kamo.
Come on.
Yep. All right, so let's go back where we were. Sorry about that. Hope nobody's getting dizzy. I am. All right, okay. All right, so we're gonna now, in addition to looking at these examples for the schwa, for the pronounced schwa, we're also going to go through our same open closed exercise. So let's first say how many syllables this word has.
3.
3.
3. Okay. Sarah, can you tell us where the syllable divisions are?
Yes, to the first letter, the, and then yig, and then dal.
You said after the and after the gimel.
And after the gimel and the dalet lamed.
Okay, all right, great, right, exactly. Okay, somebody else, Carla, open, which ones are open and which are closed?
The open, yig closed, dal closed.
Right, okay. So, no, that's a different one. All right, so now, which ones there are 2 shvas in this word, or shvaim. Which one is shva na? Which one is in accord with our rule that we're looking at right now?
The first one.
The first one.
Gimel.
It's the.
Vav,
It's
on the vav.
because it's under the first letter of the word, right?
Correct.
No other way to say it if you don't say the the. I mean, this is probably the easiest one to kind of grasp because you can't actually say the letter without making a sound. The second one, is it shva na or shva nach? Is it silent or is it sounded?
Silent.
Silent, exactly. So it's the yig dal. The yig dal, right? Okay, everybody clear on that?
Yes.
Okay, good. If I'm moving too fast, just tell me. I think it's a good pace. It seems like it's a good pace for everybody, but you know, if it's not, just let me know. Okay, Pete, how many syllables do we have in this word?
3.
3.
3, exactly. Okay, and can you tell me where the syllable divisions are? Is that possible with tonight?
The first one is under the vav, the v.
Okay,
The second one is year, and then the third
beh.
one would be be.
exactly. All right, Alan. So which ones are open and which are closed?
You want everything. Okay. The first one is open.
Right.
The second one ends with a consonant, it's closed. And the third one ends with a consonant and is closed.
No,
Okay.
No,
Third one,
Everybody
there's the
agree?
vowel.
no.
Beh.
Eh. It ends, the word ends in a consonant, but the syllable ends in a vowel.
Well,
Sound.
let's be clear about that, Carla. Does the syllable end with a vowel or does it end with a vowel sound?
It ends with a vowel sound.
That's
So it's
correct.
an open syllable, but the word ends with a consonant letter.
Correct.
So, but it's an open syllable because it ends with a vowel sound.
That is right. That is correct.
correct.
Okay, Alan, is that clear?
Not totally, because it seems to me like it's almost a contradiction.
But it
Because it ends with a.
It ends with a vowel sound. Eh.
So Alan, so the key to the closed syllable versus the open syllable is that both kinds of syllables can end with a consonant. We see that right here. We see in this word there are 2 syllables that end with consonants, but one of them ends with a consonant sound and the other ends with a vowel sound. The be ends with a vowel sound. So the rule is that an open syllable ends with a vowel sound. It doesn't matter if it actually ends with a consonant. What matters is, does the sound, is it ending with a vowel sound? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's see, Sarah, do you want to pronounce this word for us?
The year, yeah.
Great. Great. And I'm going to do with you guys, if with your permission, the same thing that I do with my B'nai Mitzvah students. My name is not Mike All, it's Michael. So syllables don't exist on their own, they exist in a flow. So I'm going to ask you, Sarah, try to do that again and say it as a full word. Excellent. V'yirbe. Very good. Very good. All right. Here's another one. We actually looked at this already. How many syllables?
2.
Syllables.
Two.
Are they open or closed?
Open.
Open, they're both open.
Open.
They're both open.
Oh.
Okay. And Evelyn, how do you say this word?
Rase.
Say the first syllable for me.
Rase.
Are you saying ra? Oh, ra. Yeah, it's say. So let's so that sound. It's not like a vowel that you're going to give a whole lot of attention to. It's really just it's just fast. It's not say. It's say. Say. Does that make sense? Hello?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, because if you give it too much emphasis, then it kind of it doesn't work anymore. It's really a very, very short sound. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. So here's one more we already looked at. Open or close. How many syllables?
2 syllables.
2 syllables. Open or close?
Open.
Open. Both open.
Open.
Okay. And Pete.
We're back to Ritzay here.
Ritzay. Exactly. Ritzay. All right. We did this already. Let's do.
Kimo.
Okay. Right. Okay. So here's rule number 2. Schwa, and I guarantee you, by the time you've had all 5 rules, they'll all make perfect sense, and you'll be totally confused. But that's okay. That's what the practice is about. All right. Rule number 2. Schwa is always pronounced when it appears under a letter containing a Dagesh. Remember, I promised you that the Dagesh would come in handy in this lesson, and here we are with rule number 2. The Schwa is always pronounced when it appears under a letter containing a Dagesh. And Carla, you're going to want to pay very careful attention to this because this speaks directly to that question you asked before. Okay, so how many syllables are in this word based on the rule that we just looked at?
Wait. I gotta get the word.
3 syllables.
Okay, Carla says 3. Does everybody agree or disagree?
No, 2.
What I was thinking, believe it or not.
Safru. 2
Okay,
syllables.
so remember, I'll say it again. A letter containing a Dagesh has a Schwa na under it.
That's one that has a sound in it.
It has a sound.
Right. So yeah, I still maintain 3 syllables.
Okay, Carla's pretty solid with 3. Do we hear 2 again? Or are we anybody changing their opinion? Okay, I hear a lot of silence. Is that thinking silence or is that you're agreeing with Carla?
Agreeing.
Or are you praying? You're praying for the answer to come to you. All right, so we're gonna go with Carla. There are 3 syllables here.
Okay.
3 syllables here. Now, let's, Evelyn, are they open syllables or closed syllables?
They're all open.
They're all open. That is correct. Because they're all open, it's pretty clear where the divisions are. So I'm not going to ask you to identify that. How is this word pronounced, Larry?
Sa-piru.
Say it again.
Sa-piru.
Okay, it still sounds like those syllables are disconnected a little bit. Connect them a little bit more.
Sa-piru.
Saperu, exactly. Okay, you all hear how quick that sound is under the p? It's saperu. It's just enough to make a vowel sound. It's not a huge sound, it's saperu. And I'll tell you, if you follow the Torah readings carefully when Jonathan Ehrlich is chanting, he is absolutely meticulous about this. I would love to say that all of our Torah readers are, but I don't know that everybody's really aware of this rule, so they're not necessarily as on top of it as he is. He is a master of the grammar, and if you listen carefully, I don't know when he comes back, but I really urge you to listen and follow along as he's chanting, because he gets every single one of these nuances. Okay, so saperu, very nice. Let's look at another one. Pete, how many syllables?
3.
3, okay. What are they?
No.
Just pronounce them for me.
Ba-ka-fa.
Exactly, ba, ke, far. And say the word now.
Okay, far.
I heard ba, kefar.
Okay, far. Okay, far. And
Okay,
that's-
so the
That's
you're kind of making an sound
Yeah.
under the k instead of an Try to do it with an
ka- Okay, far.
Okay, so you're still going towards a
Yeah, I know.
Ba, ke, far.
Ba far.
Exactly, ba, ke, far. Everybody do that together. Ba, ke, far.
Ba far. Yeah.
Okay, all right. That cleared everybody?
Good.
All right. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next rule. Rule number 3. Schwa is always pronounced when it appears under a letter immediately following a long vowel. Now I already can hear the thinking. I can hear what's going on in your heads. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what on earth is a long vowel, or what are long and short vowels is really the question that we have to answer before we can understand what we're looking for. Okay, so we don't really have this in English, but in Hebrew, from a grammatical standpoint, we have vowels that are considered long and short. It's not anything to do with how they sound, because you'll see that there are some long vowels and short vowels that sound exactly the same. You already know all the vowels. Now we have to categorize them, because how we categorize them determines how other letters are going to be pronounced. Okay, so let's take a look first at the short vowels. Okay, I just put a k on there just so we can get that. Barbara, can you read across from right to left and just tell us what all these are? Remind us.
I, O, A.
Okay, the second 2 were not clear to me. You want to try those again?
No.
No. Okay. Sarah, can you do those second 2 for us?
Ki, K, Ku, Ka.
Yes. Okay. So we have, in order from right to left, ke, that, and then ki. It's an e sound, a long e sound. Well, a long e like we say in English. Then there's ke again, and then ku and ka. Now these are the short vowels. Okay. Now the long vowels are where it gets a little complicated. So let's start with the simple ones. Carla, can you read these, all of these from right to left?
Sha, na, lo, so,
So,
su.
Okay, so the second one was, didn't sound right to me.
That's probably correct.
Okay.
Ne.
nay.
Ne, right. And I think yeah, I made a mistake on this slide.
I was gonna make a comment that you had it as both
Yeah.
a short and a
Yeah,
long.
this middle one is not a short vowel. I did these unfortunately very fast, and I did make a mistake. So this is not a short vowel. It's a long vowel. A. But you had all the others. So sha, ne,
Nay.
lo, so, and zu. But for our purposes, it's a, o, and u. Okay.
Ooh,
That's
Now,
what
it would be great.
that's my sheet that I lost.
It would be really great if these were the only long vowels. But they're not. We have 3 more. Actually, this is a mistake down here. That doesn't belong there. You can have a yud after the short and it turns it into a long vowel. It still sounds the same. It doesn't change the sound. It's still but now it's long. Put a yud after this, it still sounds like but now it's long. Well, it's still long, but if you put the yud after the e sound, still sounds like e, but now it's long. Okay, so whenever you see this yud and the yud does not have its own vowel, it's functioning as part of a compound vowel. Like, we talked about those the first day, our first session. So whenever the yud does not have its own vowel, it's not a consonant, it's functioning as part of the vowel.
Wow.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at some examples. Okay, how many syllables are in this word?
3.
I heard 3. I hear 3 twice. Do I hear?
Sue. I had Sue. Mush,
Okay.
mush, mush.
I hear 2.
2. Mush.
2. Okay. I'm going to ask you. All right. So, Anne, how do you pronounce this word as 2 syllables?
Mosh. What's that? Mosh who?
Mashchu. That would be correct if it were 2 syllables. But we have a couple other people who disagree, so I want to hear from them. Somebody who disagrees.
I disagree.
Mashechu.
All right, Pete said, what did you say, Pete?
Mashechu.
Mashichu. And why do you say that?
I have no idea.
I vote for him.
You're just humoring
So
me.
I know why I think,
Okay, Carla, what is it?
because
Paul.
so the first syllable has a vowel. What is it called? Those 2 dots.
2 dots, shvana, or shvanach, silent,
Shvanach.
silent shva.
So that's oh, it's silent? No, it doesn't have a dagesh, so it's not
No
silent.
Dagesh. See,
There's no dagesh, so it's not silent. So that means it's got a vowel. And you've got the consonant and then the vowel at the end. And if I were to go backwards, the vav and the chet, that's 1 syllable, and which would put the division between the shin and the kaf, or the chaf, and because the mem has a vowel, you have to have that symbol there because the shin also has a vowel.
Okay, so you're on the right track, but what's the rule that we're looking at right now?
there's no Dagesh.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no dagesh, so there's
So there's no, all right, so there's no dagesh, so you might think that this is silent down here.
Right.
Because there's no dagesh, you would be tempted to think that this is mashchu, 2 syllables. But Carla, you said it was 3 syllables, so I
do
need to know what's causing this to be an if there's no Dagesh. I'll
I
tell.
thought, yeah, tell me, because I don't
Okay,
know.
what kind of vowel do we have under the mem here? Long or short?
Long.
It's a long vowel. And what has to happen to this schwa following a long vowel?
Ah, it's got a sound.
It's got a sound.
Aha, I knew it without even knowing it. I'm brilliant.
Yes, so you were right initially about
Right.
the three syllables, but not about the word. Okay, so Pete, you had said, what was this? Pronounce it again for us.
Mashachu.
Mashachu, exactly. Mashachu. It's a quick but it's there. Mashachu. So it's 3 syllables. Okay, very nice. Let's look at another one. Evelyn, how many syllables is this word?
3.
3. What are they?
La Madu.
La medu. Exactly. And why is it 3 syllables? Why is there a sound under the mem?
Because it's following the long vowel from the lamed.
That's exactly right. Does everybody get that?
Yes, very good.
Very good. All right.
Carla.
All right.
So
Let's
I
look at another.
so I have a question.
Yes.
Why are they called? So I understand in English, long and short vowels. But they're not being called long and short vowels in Hebrew for the same reason. Why are they called long and short?
I would love to be able to tell you that I know the answer to that. I don't recall any of my teachers ever telling me why they were the way they were, just that we had to know it.
Okay, so this is I have to memorize.
Yeah. Yeah. I can go back and look at some of my resources and see if there's a reason why some vowels are considered long and others are not, but honestly, I don't remember ever an instructor being able to answer that question in a way that makes sense. So, sorry.
Okay.
All right. All right. Here's another one. Sarah, how many syllables do we have here?
I'm in trouble. I don't know, 2.
That's
Well,
silent.
think it through.
No.
Think it through. How many could there be?
4. Say 4.
Oh, Alan, you're going up to 4, huh?
How'd you get 4?
Well, this is silent. No. Sorry.
2.
Still vote for 3.
3.
3.
I get 3.
Okay, so the Greenbergs are solid at 3. Sarah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 3.
so they're 3. Okay, so what are they, Sarah?
New.
Exactly. Put it together as so that it sounds like a smooth word.
New.
Huvenu, exactly. Huvenu. Now, why is it a v? Why is it under that vape?
The sneaky little long vowel
Because
after the hey.
what's the long vowel?
It's the oo sound.
The oo sound, right. This oo sound is long, but careful, because remember, this oo is short. This ah is short, but this ah is long. And if that weren't enough, complicated enough, we are going to find some situations where this doesn't sound like ah, and it turns short. And there's no way for you to know it except to know the word. Okay, but that's not tonight. Don't worry about that tonight. That's something to look forward to, I guess.
I'm more confused.
Leaving in suspense.
All right, here's another one. This is a word you should all know. How many syllables? Larry, I haven't heard from you. Larry, how many syllables?
3.
3. What are they?
Need day.
Exactly. Nineveh. And say the word. Say it as a word.
Need a day.
Nineveh. Anybody recognize that?
Yeah.
What is it?
No.
It's a city. Anybody
Oh.
know which city?
Nineveh.
Nineveh. Which city is it? Nobody knows? Think about Yom Kippur. Think about Yom Kippur. Think about Haftarah in the afternoon of Yom Kippur. It's the city that Jonah runs away from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nineveh. That's how it's spelled.
Wow.
Okay. Very good. All right. Let's do another one. How many syllables here?
So
3.
4.
Oh, Larry says 4.
Yeah.
Who said yeah?
Alan.
Alan says 4. Larry says 4.
Yeah.
Barbara, what do you say?
I don't have a clue.
Are you doing something else? Come on, admit it.
I think it's 3.
3. Okay.
I like 3 also.
All right. So let's hear from Pete. What are the 3?
Tziricha.
What are they?
Tziricha. 3.
Which are the 3 syllables? Say them separately.
Sa. Cha.
So se'ircha. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So Pete says se'ircha. Somebody who disagrees.
It's 4.
Sarah? Okay. So say it again, Sarah.
Se'ircha.
Say it again slowly.
Se'ircha.
4 syllables. Is that what you're saying? Se'ircha. Correct?
Right.
Is that correct?
Right.
All right. So we've got 2 possible pronunciations here. Let's figure out which one's which, because there's a couple different rules at play here. Let's look at that first syllable. What rule tells us there's an under that first syllable?
Because when it's in the first, when the schwa is in the first syllable, it's always pronounced. Or under the first letter, it's always pronounced.
When it's under the first letter, it's pronounced. So everybody's in agreement on that. It's the second one that we don't agree on. So we have to figure out, is that schwa under the resh, is it a sounded schwa or a silent schwa? And how do we know?
It's the E sound with the yud.
The E sound with the yud. What kind of vowel is that?
Long one.
Long.
Long vowel.
Long vowel. before
So
the-
since that's a long vowel, what must happen to that schwa?
It becomes a.
Pronounce it.
You pronounce it.
It becomes pronounced.
Rush.
All right, so Pete, are
I'm
you
corrected.
or you still hold to what you said?
No, I'm corrected.
You corrected. Okay.
I'm corrected.
All right. So that's the correction is correct. It is, and that was very good, Sarah. It is a long vowel, and that makes the schwa underneath the resh a sounded schwa. So the word is
Tziricha.
se'irecha. Se'irecha. It's almost got kind of a lilt to it. Se'irecha.
So it's 4 syllables.
It's 4 syllables. Yes. Is that clear, Carla? Does that make sense?
Well, now that you explain it.
Heard too many things back there.
You said 4.
All right.
I sounded it
So-
out.
We're going to have to stop though, because there's 2 more rules that we did not get to, and it's 9 o'clock. I mean,
Yay!
I'm happy to give you the rules, or we could just stop and pick up where we left off next week.
Let's pick up
Next week.
Let's
Let's
pick
pick
up
up
next
next
week.
week. Could you just
Okay.
review the rules when next week again?
Of course. Yep. Yeah, we're not gonna, we'll start with the rules and a couple of examples of each. And then we'll go from there,
Okay.
okay? So did everybody follow this? It seems like you did, but I just wanted to take a
It
quick
was
show
very
of hands.
good. Michael, it was very
Yeah.
good. I
Okay.
used my phone to zoom in and it worked. It was really good.
Very good, okay. So these, and these next two rules are gonna explicate further how to recognize this Schwa na when you see it, and make sure that when you're reading words, you're reading them correctly, and you're able to sound them out. If you don't know where the Schwa is sounded, you can't know what the syllables are. So this is a really important point, to be able to read words of any length. Yeah, Alan, you had a question, quick question?
Dumb question. Sheva. You said Shiva. Why pronounce it that way? It seems to me like it should be Schwa.
In Hebrew transliteration, usually a single letter E is pronounced Shiva. I could take out the E and put a little apostrophe there, and I would pronounce it the same.
Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
What is the fifth rule?
Sorry?
Can you just say really fast, what is the fifth rule? Rule
What
number
is the
5.
fifth rule? The
Yeah.
fifth rule is what
Don't
is the
annoy
fifth?
the teacher.
They're
Shut up.
oh my gosh, I'm getting it confused with the fourth rule. Let me just look at it. Okay, 4 rule, when it appears on the first of a double letter. And the fifth rule is, oh, right, 2 consecutive shvaim. You'll see that. So we'll look at all that next time. So the 5 rules are when it's under the first letter, when it's under a letter with a dagesh, when it's after a long vowel, when it's under the first of a double letter combination, and when it's the second of 2 shvaim in a row. Okay, don't worry about those last 2 yet. We'll go over all of that together. Okay, and much more. Okay.
Okay.
Great job, you guys.
Thank you so much.
I will send you an email with the homework. Okay.
Fantastic.
All right, fantastic.
Thank you.
If anybody has any
Deck
questions,
Mike,
Yeah.
deck number 19 is empty, doesn't have any sounds. Mike?
well, that was on purpose. Just check.
Why?
No, I don't know why I did that. It might have been that I actually started putting it together and got distracted and never
Okay.
populated it.
Okay,
Well, I'll take a look at that this week.
okay, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thanks for letting me
All right.
know. Appreciate
Good
that.
night.
All right, good night, everybody. We'll see you on
Thank
Saturday.
you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.